Jai Swaminarayan. Let's read the 46th passage from the second Gadhadā. It's titled, the, quote, death line, unquote, semicolon, falling from Ekāntik Dharma. Ekantik is a word that means something like absolute or true. Dharma, of course, referring to righteous duty. So Ekāntik Dharma refers to absolute, true duty. Let's dive right into it, shall we? On Posh Vadhi the 11th, Samvat 1880, or the 26th of January, 1824, Swami Sri Sahajanand Ji Maharaj was sitting on the veranda outside the west-facing rooms of Dada Khachar's Darbar in Gadhadā. He was dressed entirely in white clothes and had covered himself with a yellow blanket made of chint. At that time, some sadhus were singing devotional songs to the accompaniment of a jhanj and mridang, while other munis had gathered, as well as devotees from various places, had gathered before him in an assembly. After the singing concluded, Sriji Maharaj said, "A Satpurush, a true person, living in this world, is not pleased or pained upon seeing the worldly progress or regress of a person. However, when someone's mind recedes from the path of God, they do become grieved. After all, life is so short, and if a person's afterlife is ruined, it would indeed be a great loss for that person. In fact, God assumes avatars, descensions upon earth for the purpose of establishing dharma, righteous duty, and that too not simply for the establishment of all the dharma of one's varna and ashram, which certainly can be translated to refer to very specific things that have since changed in the centuries that follow. But I think in this context it can be generally understood as one's age and one's place or niche in society. After all, even the acharyas of pravritti dharma. Let's dive into that for a second. Acharya means like a teacher, a leader on the path. Vritti means thought. Pravritti means towards or forethought. See, there's two paths, pravritti and nivritti, those who use their thoughts on the spiritual path. They do not see thought as merely an enemy. And those who go beyond thought, they liken thoughts to be a distraction. Both are valid. Obviously, pravritti is a little dangerous because we have to navigate the mires of the mind very carefully. I'll read that sentence again. After all, even the acharyas of pravritti dharma, such as the Saptarishi, the seven seers, and others, have established the dharma of the four varnas and ashrams. God does not, however, assume avatars solely for that purpose. He assumes avatars to expound the dharma of his Ekantik bhaktas, true or absolute devotees. For such Ekantik bhaktas, leaving the body is not considered to be death. Rather, for them, falling from that Ekantik dharma is true death. This occurs when an aversion arises in one's heart towards God or his sant, his saint. It is then that devotee should be known to have fallen from the dharma of Ekantik bhaktas. If, For example, they have fallen due to anger. It should be known that they have received the body of a snake, and if they have fallen due to lust, then it should be known that they have taken birth as an evil spirit or demon. Nevertheless, despite having attained such bodies and having fallen from Ekāntik Dharma, those who observe Dharma or perform austerities will attain Devlok, heaven, due to their observance of Dharma or their performance of austerities. However, one who bears an aversion towards God or his son will certainly not attain the abode of God, which is even higher than heaven. On the other hand, even if a person has committed the 5 grave sins, if they have not perceived a flaw in God or his son, then their sins will be burned, and they will dwell in the abode of God. Therefore, to perceive flaws in God and his bhakta, his devotee, is a graver sin than committing the 5 grave sins. All right, thank you for listening. This has been the 179th discourse from Shriji Maharaj in the Vachanamrut. Jai Swaminarayan.